The woman thought she was only signing a cold marriage contract with a 30-year-old CEO, but she never expected this man would protect her in public. At their first meeting, the powerful man waited in a tea room. She was late, disliked the tea, and treated the engagement like a deal. Before anything was settled, he told her she could still refuse. But her family needed the Zhou family's power, so instead of acting shy, she gave him 3 rules: no real feelings, no control, and no crossing the line. Everyone thought the CEO would be offended, but he signed without changing his face. To her, he was only a handsome but distant older man. To him, she was bold, reckless, and different from the obedient women around him. Soon after, she complained to her best friend that he had not even given her his phone number. Her friend teased her, saying that although he was 30, he was handsome enough to hit her heart. The woman denied it, but when she stared at his photo, her eyes had already betrayed her. After the engagement, she tried to keep the relationship fake. In front of her father, she acted sweet. In private, she reminded herself this was only cooperation, but the man kept ruining her plan. When she secretly saved his picture, he appeared and took her phone. She thought he was angry, but he only told her to get used to their relationship, because from now on, they would spend their lives together. She mocked him for being old-fashioned, yet her heart started to shake. Then came the first public humiliation. At a high-class banquet, she walked in wearing a white dress, but on her feet were slippers. The guests whispered at once. The Zhou family had high status, yet the future wife showed up like this. Some laughed at her. Some waited to see if the CEO would abandon her. But the next second, the man did something no one expected. He took heels, walked to her, and knelt down in front of everyone. He personally changed her shoes, as if telling the entire banquet that anyone who laughed at her was laughing at him too. Her pride, almost crushed a moment ago, was lifted by one silent action. From that day on, she saw another side of him. He looked cold, but remembered every detail. He looked serious, but took her to an amusement park and let her play like a child. She secretly took photos of him and told herself it was only curiosity, but her smile became harder to hide. When she woke up in his penthouse and tried to cook breakfast, she could not even handle the fancy kitchen. His assistant offered to taste the food, and the awkward sweetness made the house feel different. Just when she thought this fake marriage might become real, another woman appeared. The glamorous woman in red was his old friend. She knew his habits and his past, and spoke as if she belonged beside him. She hinted that the CEO liked girls who were lively and always smiling. Then she invited the woman to a billiards game and gave her 1 week to learn. Everyone could see the trap. The old friend wanted to prove the new fiancée was only a spoiled girl who did not deserve him. At the pool hall, she flirted, poured drinks, and watched with a smile. But this time, the woman did not run away. She picked up the cue and looked straight back at her. Because if this marriage was a game, she was no longer willing to be the piece everyone moved around. And just as the clock passed midnight, the man walked in and saw the 2 women standing on opposite sides of the table.